Good morning, everyone. How is everyone on this wonderful Tuesday morning? Hope everybody had a great weekend. Didn't do much here on my end. Had my grandson Wyatt Friday night. We took him to Walmart for his birthday so we could do a little shopping. Saturday was gorgeous. Actually got to open my windows, did a little cleaning. We had a nice big bonfire in the backyard, cooked cheeseburgers outside on the grill, and sat on the porch with a Bloody Mary. So Saturday was a pretty nice day. Sunday it was mostly rainy, and so just kind of stayed inside and rested for the day, which was also kind of nice to just kind of chill out and relax, because I know once summer comes and finally gets here, pretty much if it's not raining, we're on the motorcycle. So, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I love it. It's just, it does kind of make it hard to find time to do other stuff, because we only have such a short summer that when it's here, we have to take advantage of riding the bike while we can. So, like I said, I know that'll be busy. As far as I know, we don't have any graduations this year. We don't have any weddings this year, which is kind of surprising, because usually there's, our family on all our sides together is pretty big. So normally we have a bunch of different things that we have to do over the summer. And so far, besides our vacation of Bike Week and our family camping trip, we don't have anything big planned this year, which again is okay with me. Be nice to not have a totally crazy summer. Almost done here, inviting everybody. I was thinking this morning, and just a little insight to my brain. I was thinking this morning about the fact that, hi Patty, thanks for popping on. One of the things about this group was that I was going to do a lot of product reviews for you, and I was thinking, gosh, I haven't done a product review in forever. And then I was kind of thinking, it's like, gosh, I don't remember the last thing I bought. Usually I am like the Amazon queen. I usually have something coming like every day or every other day, and I just haven't bought hardly anything. You know, I've been buying my crystals and my tools for this stuff, which I share with you already. But like, I really haven't bought anything new to share with you. So, I'm going to kind of rethink that, see if I want to take that part of the description off the group, or if I'm going to just leave it and it'll just kind of be when I get something, I will review it. But yeah, I was reviewing quite a bit of stuff with you guys, and I haven't really got anything new lately besides oils and crystals. That's pretty much been the limit of my shopping lately. I was buying all kinds of teas and sharing them with you, and now I have a cupboard full of teas, and it's like, well, I kind of got to stop buying some of the teas until I use up some of the other ones. So before we get started, we're going to do our smudge real quick. I've got something that's bothering my lip, I guess. It's popping sparks everywhere. One of these days I will probably catch fire to my notebook. I haven't done it yet, but oh, yeah, I just burned some holes in the page. So we got a little smudge going here. Smudge, you guys. I always like to smudge my phone if I've got it handy. Lots of negative stuff come in through our phones. And then my hands. I mean, obviously a whole body smudge is much better, but you know, I'm not gonna get up and do that. So going to light our candle here real quick. Our candle that we have this month is the Purpose candle with the 3 goddesses on it. So we got that going over there. And it's Tuesday, so we're going to pull a gemstone card. This is what we had last week, was the white opal. So we're going to put that one back and pull another card. Sage is almost gone out, but we'll just put the cards over there for a second. And again, not for anybody particular, just pulling a card. And we got some jumping out at us, so I guess that's what we'll work with. Again, cards are not for anybody particular, but if you'd like me to pull you a card, I certainly can do that. I'm always willing to do that. Right now I have my gemstone deck, I have the chakra deck, I have a messenger deck, and I have a Gaia deck. I have another deck coming. It's on pre-order, but I haven't released it yet. All right, so we got Pyrite. So Pyrite is about abundance, self-worth, and reassurance. It goes to your solar plexus and your crown chakra. So Pyrite strengthens your soul and lifts your spirit while also attracting material abundance and boosting your confidence. You have pulled this card because you need to have faith in your own abilities and power. Meditate with Pyrite to tap into your potential. I can't see the periods at the end of these, so potential with Pyrite to tap into your potential. Stimulate your flow of ideas and be persistent in seeing your projects through to completion. Sorry, I'm blind. I have to wear these glasses so I can see on the computer, but then I can't read with them. So, and I don't want to switch back and forth the glasses. But this is Pyrite. So I'll take a quick picture of that so we can get it up on the group for you. It's kind of dark and gloomy here today. Oops, I think I moved it too fast. I'll do it again. Yeah. My camera's got a slight delay in it. So we've done our card that we're going to work with. So we're going to work with some Pyrite. I don't believe I have any. So I'll have to look into that. Let's see. All right, so I think we've done everything. I was going to do a little perfuming with you today, but that'll have to wait till Thursday, I guess. So today we're going to talk about Aries. And I'm sorry, I'm running a little late today. Got frizzy hair. I'm running a little late today, so I'm not sure I'll get to everything I really wanted to cover. So let's start. Aries is the sign that covers from March 21st to April 19th. We'll start with just some basics. It is a fire sign. If you're interested, it correlates with a summer sign, which that stuff doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if it's because it came from another part of the world somewhere, but this is not our summer, so I'm not sure how Aries falls into a summer sign, but it does. It also falls into the sign of midday, which again is kind of confusing to me, so I'm going to probably have to research that a little bit. But to me, Aries is a spring, and spring is a morning. So I'm not quite sure how that falls in. Like I said, I don't know if it's because it maybe originated from a part of the world where their seasons are different than ours. But I'm going to put a question mark there so I remember to go back and look that up. I'm curious. I like to know all the answers. The color associated with Aries is red, and the tools that they typically like to work with are wands and candles. I'm a Sagittarius, and I like to work with all the tools, everything. If it's out there, I want it. Your Aries are typically a leader kind of personality. They're typically a got that warrior leader. Wow, the wind just went like totally crazy here. I don't know if you can hear that or not. But if you hear that noise, that sounds like a jet fighter that just went through. That was the wind. So your Aries are typically leaders, warrior kind of people. They are very, I don't want to say smart, because I don't know if that's exactly the right word I want to use. They're very knowledgeable, because they tend to be researchers. They tend to like to, well, if they've got a plan, they've got a goal, this is what they want to achieve. They're going to do all the research and find out all the information and all the possible things that could go wrong and everything to get from here to where that goal is. So they are very plan oriented. They're kind of similar to a Virgo and a Capricorn, that the goal is very important. The Virgo is more about the actual work. The Capricorn is just about the goal. They don't really care what it takes to get there as long as they get there. And the Aries is more about the whole plan to get there. So an Aries can plan it, and a Virgo can make it happen, and a Capricorn's just going to be there to be like, yay, we made it. No, the Capricorns are very hard workers. I'm a Cap moon, which makes me very driven for reaching my goals. But it's my moon sign, so it's kind of my shadowy side. It kind of is not my pretty side. When things don't go the way I want, I tend to get a little pissy sometimes. This is my goal. This is what I got to get done. I don't care how I have to get it done. I have to get it done. And if you get in my way or mess with my system, I'm going to be angry. That's true. But anyway, and then, let's see here if I got this right. And so my rising sign is Aries. Don't mind the big blue blob over there. That's my dog. I'm disturbing her morning nap. But Aries is my rising sign. So I have the Cat Moon, which gets me makes me very goal oriented. I want to get things done. And then I have my Aries, which is in my rising sign, which is kind of how I show up, and that's the planner. I need everything planned. So I kind of have those two things together. And then somehow or another in there, my birth sign is Sagittarius, which is supposed to be free and fun and spontaneous. And my Aries rising and my Cat Moon are like, oh no, that's not going to happen. So anyway, my rising sign is an Aries. So we are first to start. My birth sign is Sagittarius, though, just to clear that. So an Aries are the first to start a project. They are the first usually to finish a project, and that is because they have done their plan. Now, I don't necessarily know if I agree with the first to start, putting it into action, but they're the first to start planning. So a Virgo over here has already got all their materials and started to go to work because they are just about the work. They don't really need a plan. And the Aries is sitting here, and you're like, they haven't started anything yet, but they have. They are doing the research. They are doing all the planning. They are running through their head everything that could possibly go wrong. Trust me, because this is kind of how my brain works. You're a Cap with, yeah, so you know the Capricorn. And then mixed with an Aquarius cusp, that's kind of an interesting mix there, huh? We haven't got to all those signs yet because we're going through, as we actually go through the signs of the year, we're going over what the sign is at that time. So we haven't got into those yet. We'll get there though. But yeah, definitely having a Cap moon is something that was very interesting to learn about myself. But, you know, it made it easier for me to understand where these things came from, and made it easier for me to, as I want to say, is respond and not react. Same with the Aquarius in my rising, where I'm very, like I said, this is my plan, and don't get in my way, don't mess up my plan, because then my Cap moon's going to come in and be like really pissy with you. So it's different. It's interesting, but it does make it a lot easier for me to understand where things come from, and how I react and how I should actually be responding. So Aquariuses are, they say usually energetic people, but I want to clarify that energetic, that they're not the typical like go, 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 go. They're not exercising. They're not walking. They're not hiking. They're not, that's not kind of the energy that I pick up from Aquarius, from Aries. Sorry, now I'm thinking Aquarius because Patty said that. Aries is, they're more like they just go. Their brain goes. So for me personally, my go, go, go is I'm always reading. I'm always watching a video. I'm always learning. I'm always thinking of a plan. I'm always thinking of a project. I'm always trying to think of another craft to do. But typically you won't see me too much moving around. I'm not a big mover. So I am a very energetic person as far as I've always got something going. I'm just not the hiking and snowshoeing and skiing and that kind of energetic person. My big activity is in the summer, I go on the motorcycle, and that's sitting. But I love it because I just get so much thinking done on the back of the motorcycle, and while I'm taking in beautiful views. And I love going, we go on sidetrack here. I love going on the back roads where I can smell all the different smells of trees and rivers and moss. And anyway, so when I say energetic, it's not always like, you know, a Virgo who just has to actually be active all the time. An Aries is can be very energetic as far as just they're always working on something, but it doesn't need to necessarily be physically doing something. Same as active. They're very active people, but again, it doesn't necessarily mean active like, you know, doing lots of things. You could be, that could be, you could be an Aries that is very active outside. That's very possible for you. But Aries are not really social butterflies. They're not really antisocial either. And this kind of fits me, which is weird because it's my rising and not my birth sign. But if I don't really feel comfortable with you, if I don't really know you, you're probably not going to get a whole lot out of me. I'm very awkward. I don't really know what to say. I kind of look around. Um, but once I know you, once I'm comfortable with you, you really can't get me to shut up. So, which is true of a lot of Aries. So they're not typically the people that are going to be at a party and they're going to be like bouncing from everywhere, talking to everyone, hugging and kissing and oh my God. But once they feel comfortable with you and they know you, they'll definitely come out of their shell. Sorry, I still have this like nasal throat thing, and I apologize. It's been forever. So that's kind of similar again, going back to the Capricorn. The Capricorn doesn't usually have a big group of friends, but their group of friends is usually pretty solid. They're like a mama bear for you. So if you're in their group of friends, they are gonna definitely want to take care of you and be loyal to you and everything. But their group isn't real big. So Aries is kind of similar to that, but not to the same degree. It's just more that if they don't really know you, they're not really comfortable with you, they're not really going to warm up to you until they feel that connection, that trust. Aries tend to be straightforward people. Again, this is like really more my sign than the Sagittarius sign, but it's very straightforward. I've been told very often that I am rather blunt and forward, and it's like, well, I got to get things done, and I got to do things, and I don't have time to sugarcoat things for you. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be mean. I don't mean to be disrespectful. This is just the way it is, and I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. But be a big girl, pull up your big girl panties, and move on. Is kind of how I get sometimes. So, but Aries tend to be very straightforward. They, like I said, they've done the research. If they have something they're trying to do, they've thought it out in their head. They've thought of every possible thing that could go wrong, and they've already counteracted for that and set that in their plan. So when you kind of come into their plan and be like, well, what if we did it this way? Or what if we tried this? And they're like, no, that's not going to work. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. It's this way. And people tend to consider that somebody with an ego. But Aries aren't really ego driven. It's just their sign. That's just the way they are. They're not usually people who are like, I'm right and I'm always right and I'm going to be right and you're wrong. Don't get me wrong. There are probably Aries that are out there that are like that. Because it all depends on where your other signs are. So, like again, my Aries is my rising sign, and the Aries fits me much more than my Sagittarius sign, which says Sagittarius people are spontaneous and free-loving and want to be outside. And I do like to be outside, but only if I'm not cold. If I'm the slightest bit cold, I'm like, nope, back inside. So even though I'm a Sagittarius, that doesn't really kind of fit who I am. There's bits and pieces in there that describe me, but not as a whole. The Aries and my Cat Moon really kind of change who I am and really fit me better than my Sagittarius sign. So Aries, they really like to have things moving. Once the plan is in action, they want it like, this is going, let's go, let's get this done. We got to get it done. And again, that is me. If my coworker was on here right now, she'd be like going, oh, yep. And I tend to stress people out, not intentionally, but I do. So once they get things in motion, once their plan is set, once they're started taking action, they don't want things to interrupt that. So that's again kind of like that Capricorn. If you're in the way of getting to the goal, they don't want anything to do with you. So the Aries, once their plan is in action and once things are going and you are messing with their plan, they're going to get upset with you. Um, um, so again, Aries, they just want to feel like they can. They want to feel like they can get things done. They want to know the answers. They want to know the outcomes. They want to know everything that could possibly go wrong. And that's kind of like how my brain works on a regular basis. And I tend to have insomnia because my brain is always like thinking about things that really I have no control over, and things that don't need me to stay awake for, don't need my brain to be stressing about, but that is how my brain works, and that definitely is that Aries sign in play. Aries can be stubborn people because, again, once they've set their plan into action, they don't want you to change that. So that stubbornness can come out. So if you're messing with the plan and wanting to change things up, they can be very stubborn. And that stubbornness isn't because of I'm right and you're wrong. It's just because of that. I've already thought this out. I've thought it 10 steps ahead of you. And trust me, we don't want to do it that way. I've seen the outcome of this way. We need to go this way. So that's kind of the stubbornness. It's not an intentional stubbornness. It's not a ego-driven stubbornness, which a lot of people think that it is. Aries also, on the other side, when they decide to relax, they relax wholeheartedly. Because, again, they are the planners. So they're like, I'm going to have a movie day. So before they even sit down, they have everything that they're going to watch listed out in their head. They have everything they need for a snack, a drink, their pillow, their blanket, their comfy clothes, their glasses. Like everything is in their sitting area, which for me is right there. So everything that they are going to need is ready to go. So once they are got all their stuff together, they're like, okay, now I'm going to relax and I have everything. I don't need to get up again unless I have to pee. Which again does kind of fit me. I'm not quite that organized as for relaxing because typically if I may be sitting in that seat, but I am typically watching a video, reading a book, researching something, doing something. But yeah, Sunday was kind of a TV day because it was a rainy, yucky day. And we just sat and watched TV all day and relaxed. So Aries, once they've decided that it's going to be a relaxing day, they've done the whole work in the plan to make it a relaxing day, which seems kind of silly, but it is the way Aries works. It is definitely the way my brain works. Their strengths, they tend to be adventurous. That does not fit me. And that should actually kind of coincide with my Sagittarius of spontaneous, adventurous, and I don't really have that in me. I'm not really adventurous. They tend to be honest. They tend to be passionate. Their challenges is they can be very impatient. They can be stubborn, and they can be moody. Those do describe me. So an Aries is kind of another challenging one. I don't want to. It's definitely not a shadow side one. A Cap Moon, is definitely like a shadowy one. If you were a Scorpio, that's kind of a shadowy one. But the Aries isn't really a shadowy one. But I don't know if I'd actually put it under the light section either. So I'm not really sure where that would fall. But you are leaders, so I guess maybe that would put you under the more of a light side. But they are not. So if Aries was in your Venus, you're not really going to be super romantic. You're not probably going to be super affectionate. But when you do, it's going to be well planned. When you do decide that you want to be affectionate or you want to be intimate, it's going to be very well planned out. Not necessarily meaning it'll be romantic, but it will be planned out, and however that person's other signs kind of fall into play there. But if you were an Aries, say your Mercury, which is how you fight, was in Aries, you would have every fight done out in your head before it even happened, and you would know exactly what you're going to say before it even happened. So I'm really glad that my Venus, Mars, and Mercury are not in Aries, because I already have enough Aries in me. I don't need any more Aries in me. Just if you're curious, my Venus, Mars, and Mercury are all Scorpio. So that's interesting. And you'll find out when we talk about Scorpios why. So that kind of is it. I'm just gonna real quick. The animal associated with the Aries is the Taurus. If you are looking to work with some stones that would help you if you are an Aries, I actually would like to kind of tone down my Aries. So I would have to research a little bit about the stones. But the ones listed was fire agate, carnelia, bloodstone, and obsidian would be good ones for an Aries. And again, I want to kind of look at that a little bit for myself for my Aries, because I'd actually like to kind of tone down my Aries and bring in more of my Sagittarius. So with all that said, I do have to go because I can't be late for work. But your sun sign, so your actual birth sign, when I say that doesn't really fit me, I say my rising sign definitely fits a lot of me, and that's how I show up. That's how people perceive me, and it really is more how I am than my Sagittarius. My Cat Moon is is more of your subconscious. Like you don't really, for me, your moon sign is you don't really know that's going on. It's not like a conscious thing. That goal that I'm trying to get to all the time is not so much a conscious thing for me. It's just kind of there whether I want it to be or not. But your birth sign, your sun sign, now a lot of people will say that doesn't really fit me, which you've just heard me say several times. Your birth sign is the sign you need to, as a person, grow into. So you have your rising sign and you have your moon sign, and then your birth sign is in the middle. And you kind of need to learn to work with, so I need to learn to work with my Aries sign, and I need to understand my Cat Moon sign, and I need to bring those together and work with them so that I can become my Sagittarius, which is spontaneous, free-loving, adventurous, wanting to be outdoors. So does that make sense? That's what I need to grow into. So I need to understand these two parts of my signs, parts of my chart, so that I can integrate them together, understand them, work with them, and become the Sagittarius that I'm supposed to be. So if you have any questions, certainly let me know. Pop them in the comments, send me a private message. I'm fine with that. So we did cover kind of a lot on the Aries. If you are an Aries sign out there, I know I do have a couple of Aries in my family, but they don't really act like Aries, so I'd be interested to know what their other signs are that kind of are changing them up a little bit. With that, I do have to go. So Thursday, I haven't picked a topic yet, so if anybody's got a topic that they really want to talk about, let me know, and maybe we can make that happen. If not, maybe I'm going to pick some kind of fun things. Maybe we'll do a perfuming. Maybe we'll do an incense. I don't know. Something a little different and fun. So we've done some different medicine. We've gone over some medicine bundles, but we haven't actually made one. Maybe we could do a honey jar. You guys let me know. I'm game for whatever you guys want to do. So before I disturb the queen over there anymore, I'm going to go to work. So I hope that you guys all have an awesome day. And remember to be kind, because your kindness may not only change your day, but it may change somebody else's. So have a great day. Thanks for popping on. Love you guys. Bye.